Hey guys, welcome to another video. And as we last knew about, I told you guys I was going to be working on my shaman. I just got him right now. He's Thrall. Now he's matching the theme for my alliance. He's now level 60. So now I can now purely focus on the next task, which I mentioned was professions. Actually, I'll discuss that and the findings of it. So for this, I wanted to mention was, as I said before, maybe a couple videos back, was saying, well, I was going to start working on professions for each class and tune. And so what happened was when I was doing that with my paladin, as we last saw, that was kind of where I was going to start. I realized the mining and the skinning portion of it and those types of gathering professions wasn't the issue. The issue was like blacksmithing, leatherworking, the materials to get to max level rank for the tunes. Back when I first played, all the way from like vanilla all the way up to Wrath of the Lich King and Draenor time, it didn't really require that as much. You just needed the materials, and then you could build your professions up to a certain level. But it didn't take as much work or reputation, or there wasn't enough roadblocks to be able to hit those levels. Now, at least what it feels like to me, Legion and up, you have to have these types of levels or professions, reputations, which requires you to play the game more. And which is nothing wrong with that, which is, Blizzard on the business end wants you to play more. But at the same time, as for me as a consumer, as a player, it takes more time. Time is everything. You want to put time into this, but you can't do rating. That's the issue. That's always the classic struggle. But since I've already put the work in, as you see in my account, as you saw in videos, I have so many tunes, I could just focus on just high level content and just making my account good. Um, but anyways, I I need to go back and just start working one by one. But now I'm going to do my different approach because for my findings that it's too much effort just to work on mining and then blacksmithing for the expansion because it requires too much steps. So I'm just going to work on mining, get all the gathering professions first for each of the tunes. Then from there I start working on pure uh, professions like not skinning, leatherworking, blacksmithing, the ones that require time, things I need to do dailies of. If it takes a while or whatever, well, I got plenty of time. I still got 4 or 5 months before the new expansion, so no problem. I'll be ready. But now this is what we got, and this is where we are, which is great. I'm really happy. Now, another subject that I wanted to bring out, that might be some good tips for you guys, is that, well, how am I able to actually level so many characters? Or, I don't have that much time, or I'm in a relationship, I got a job, I got a family. I mean, how did you do it? How was I able to, be in a relationship, or how was I able to just manage time and life and everything with it? Well, just like in anything, you got to put the work into it a little bit, and at the same time, you got to spend some time and put some time aside a little bit just to get done. I'm not saying you got to grind out 8 hours a day. You don't make it like a job. You got to get tired of it. You got to have to enjoy it, and at the same time, just take your time, and you'll like it. For me, what I did to manage everything properly, I just did 2 hours in a day, usually up to four, sometimes depending on the day or what was my availability like that day, and I just started slowly to level them one by one. So what I do was, so let's use the new expansion as the example. So Dragonflight, when it will come out, this is my tip. This is what I do. I first work on always my alliance because I started an alliance, so I always get them first and then go down. So with alliance, I always go a couple levels from Paladin, up to maybe 2 or 3 levels, depending how I feel with that character or the expansion. Then I stop, and then I go to the rogue because that I already know what to do to get to that step really fast. It's fresh in my mind. I just get that character now, and I keep doing that until I get to all these characters, get to 63. So in this case, Dragonflight is going to be the 70. I get these guys at 63, or my paladin 63. Move on to the next one. 63 rogue, go down to the next one, and I keep doing that all the way down until this realm only and these characters, which is one of each class, is 63. Then after that's done, then I go back to the paladin, and then I do another 2 levels. But as the new expansion happened, I already know where these quests are because this main character did it. Now when I do these other ones, I already know what I gotta do. I just go do it real quick. I get this. I don't need to, listen to the story I already did with the paladin, so I just speed it right through. And then at the same time, I am doing dungeons, getting some gear on the side, so it's getting there. It's a progression. It's not a race. It's a marathon. You got to take your time. So that's the way how I do it for you. So now the next question is that the scenario always wants to ask is, well, don't you get tired of leveling? I mean, you just feel like you're just leveling? No. I mean, after I'm done without a month or 2 or 3 months, I mean, what am I gonna do? Hurry and get to the end, get geared up, and then at the end, that's it. I'm already done. Well, you're not gonna like the game because you're just hurry and rush to your power. This way, if you build up to it, you're gonna enjoy it and you gotta see it as a whole. You actually gotta, it's like a painting. You gotta look at it, you gotta see it as a whole and actually take it in and like it. And that's what I'm doing by each of that strategy, by looking at each of my characters, develop them up, get used to their class, their talents, and get used to them and play them. So after I get done with all of them and they get to max level for the new expansion, this is what I'm going to do, then they're done. Well, what about the Horde? Well, I don't do the next faction right away because I want to give myself some breathing room. Think of it like you just ran a mile. So I'm tired a little bit, mentally. So I'm going to take a little bit a break, just wait a little bit, and then maybe like a week or so, I'll probably feel recharged and start doing it again. But instead of doing the 3 levels the first time because I don't want to burn myself out, I'll take a jog. I'll just do 2 levels. And I'll do 2 levels a day for that first class, stop. Next one. 2 levels for the next class, which is like will be Paladin, because it's the same order I have it for Alliance and Horde to be the same way. So Paladin, 2 levels, stop. Rogue, 2 levels, stop. It'll be the same way for Horde. And then eventually I'll get them all maxed, and then I have every class maxed. I don't have to worry about it. All my gold has been given through those quests. I feel great. I got some gear through the dungeons, no problem. Now I can just focus all my characters and that whole expansion, time-wise, just gearing. Because the problem is that let's say I went the other way, like what other people do. Let's say I just worked on one class and then I get him geared and everything. Well, I got to do it all over again, but I got to max that level, get him up to max. After he's max, he's got to get geared. Well, I'm only doing that with 2 tunes. What if you're that type of person or player that he says, well, I didn't like the way the Paladin played after a while now, or I didn't like the way they developed or changed the nerf this character or what they did. Now you got to redevelop everything. Well, I prevent that by doing this method. Yeah, it takes a little more time or whatever in the grind, but I'd rather have it this way. It's more fun. But anyways, that's a little tip as well, on how I do it and actually explain how that works. But I wanted to share that with you, and also as a tip. The other thing was, as you guys saw one time, I was starting to do the faded rays and everything. I still gear up. It's no problem. I actually want to show you what I got. So, other than that, I also want to say, I hope you guys been doing good. If you like the channel, feel free to give me a like or subscribe. I do appreciate it. And but let me go log in here real quick, and let's see what's going on. Let's see what I got. Right now, I'm on my Paladin. I don't know what classes I'm playing right now because I started a little late in the expansion. Had a lot of events going on, so wasn't really to heavily do things besides level. But in general, let's see what I got. I'm working on him as a holy now. It's always what I like to do. I like healing. Gives me some challenge. There he is. Let's see what we got. Now we are holy. Let's see what the faded ray. Let's make sure the loot's on there. I did that one time and that was not fun. Holy. Come on, let's go. Holy. Let's see what we get. Roll those dice. What's this? Ooh, a shield. 239. Haste and versatility. Let's go. Got some boots. Mastery. Oh. Oh, yes, here it is right here. Best one. I really wanted the shield, but 272 versus a 239. That's the way to go. Then the 5 seconds. Are you really sure? I'm not sure. I don't really want it. No, I'm just kidding. I want it. There it is. Now I got some tier pieces already. Yay, I'm happy. So now I can get this, start working on this, and start actually gearing this for my character. And see, that's how I do it. And there's another video I'll explain about how I start gearing multiple tunes and what do I do with all my extra characters. I'll give some more detail about it later. But I appreciate you guys watching and everything. It's been great. But until then, until next videos, you guys have a good one.